Okay, I'm just posting that out there in the Discord channel. I believe we are live. Okay, so I'm going to do a blind draw on week 2 because we have somebody that needs to play tonight. So we will load that player and then we'll load everybody else on Sunday afternoon. Here's what I want to do. Because we're having back-to-back weeks of a 3-man event, I'd really prefer everybody to play with somebody different, like to not repeat any partners on week 2. So we've got a way of doing that. I want to describe what you see here on my screen. So up here at the top half, you see the week 1 pairings. You've got the A, B, and C players, okay? And you should be able to see your team in there running across the rows. There's a few things that have changed this week. First and foremost, draw your attention to the colors. T-Rock is gone on vacation for the entire week. In fact, I think he left a couple of days ago and he's gone all of next week. So he's going to sit out. He's being replaced by Goliath as our substitute, and Goliath becomes a B player. So what ends up happening is Goliath comes in to take T-Rock's place, becomes a B player, and then he bumps Ginzim down as one of the lowest B players into the C group. So those two guys have switched categories. In addition, Tofty31 has apparently had a couple of really good rounds in the last maybe week, and he has actually improved his handicap in such a way that he's now one of the bottom A players, and he bumps the previous lowest A player, BB Golf, down to the B. So these two green guys have switched columns. So what I want to do is I've gone through this. I've really thought through the methodology. We're going to keep the A players on the same team that they're on. It doesn't really matter what your team number is, right? And so the A players will stay on the same team number. I want to rotate the B players so that they get out of that. The way that we're going to do that is we're going to shift those. So I've got a random picker generator, 1 through 13. I've got all of the numbers listed down here. I'm going to hit this run button, and we're going to get a number up here where it says thing 3. So let me do that now. All right, so we got the number 2. So what's going to end up happening is I'm going to take all of these B players, I'm going to shift them down 2 positions, right there. And then we have to snake Kato and Tour Sauce back up to the top. All right. So now at this point, we've gotten different A and different B players together. The last thing that we have to do is move the C players in the same way, but there's 2 things that we have to do. First and foremost, we can't move them 11 spots, because if we do, then Ginzim will move 11 spots and magically be next to, let's see, who was he with last time? BB Golf, or no, I'm sorry. It cannot be 11, and the reason for that is who? I'd written this down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think maybe it's Schultze. Sorry, guys, I had this all clear in my mind. So we can't roll an 11. That's something I had pretty much. Oh, it's Tofty. Sorry, since Tofty moved over here. Who was he with? He was with Schultze. So if Schultze moves 11, he goes all the way and he ends up as the C player with Tofty again. Okay, so that's why we can't roll an 11. So I'm going to take 11 out of the list. The next thing is we want to make sure that BB Golf and Ribs, who were together in the week 1, are also not together. So based on what we just rolled for column B, Ribs, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we cannot roll a 5 or an 11. So I'm going to go back to this picker. I'm going to take 5 out of the equation and 11 out of the equation, and then we're going to hit roll. So we got 4. So now we're going to take the C players and shift them down 4. So that would be here. And then we will take these guys and snake them back up to the top. And that should be 14 new teams of 3, and nobody should be playing with any other guy that they've played with in week 1. Okay, so if you joined midstream and you need to go back, it's only a couple of minute video, go back and watch from the beginning. I will get these pasted out there. I'll get all the handicaps. Well, I've already pulled the handicaps, but I'm going to get them all posted so you don't have to come back to this stream. If you got any questions, hit me up in one of the MashUp channels. Thanks, guys.